All right. Hello, friends. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Tom. Now, with that deep dive look into the start of Gen 2, let's look at how Gen 2 changed, evolved, and obviously how it got to G rank, because they love to give us those G rank expansions. All right, so let's get into it. After Monster Hunter DOS, they decided to go the portable route yet again. So they decided to make a second portable game on the PSP, Monster Hunter Portable 2, or in the West, Monster Hunter Freedom 2. The game came out on February 22nd, 2007 in Japan, and August 29th, 2007 in North America. Now, a lot of people think that the PSP game Monster Hunter Freedom 2 is actually just a port of Monster Hunter 2 or Monster Hunter DOS, but that's not actually 100% correct. It's not a port, it's actually a brand new game, new village, but it takes a lot of the content from Monster Hunter 2 and it brings it into a portable form, but it's not like Monster Hunter Freedom that was almost a direct port. It's a totally new village, new storyline, and they've added a lot of new features and taken a couple things out as well. So let's talk about exactly what changed in Monster Hunter Portable 2 or Monster Hunter Freedom 2. So they included all of the weapon classes from Monster Hunter 2. So we got all the weapons that we've had so far. They didn't take any of the weapons out. They took out small things like you can't fight the Teostra in the swamp, or you can't go to the Forest Hills map at night, as well as the removal of the Elder Dragon Yamasukami. Sadly, he was taken out, but we'll see what they ended up doing with him down the road. This is the first time in this series that there was downloadable quests, so that's pretty awesome. There is actual DLC that was free and Poogie costumes that you could download right onto your PSP. They decided to remove the season and day and night system, so all quests were fixed times. There are no G-rank quests at all in Monster Hunter Portable 2. The farming mechanic has been improved in Monster Hunter Freedom 2, so it doesn't actually consume nets or pickaxes. And you're actually able to send mushrooms and plants directly from the farm into your item box. Also, they added Trenya to the farm, which was very much like the safari now in Monster Hunter World. So you could go to the farm and talk to your cat named Trenya, and you could spend points to send him out on, let's say, investigations, for a lack of a better word, and then he would come back and bring you materials. So it's exactly like the safaris that you could send your cats out on in Monster Hunter World. They added improvements to the training school, so it's easier than ever. It's still not as easy, but still easier than it's been. And this is our new village, the Pokke Village. Oh, and what a beauty this village is. Not to mention, this village gave us the best village theme song. Playing now, baby. Go ahead, change my mind. See if you can. Best village theme song. They redesigned the tower area, just tweaking one of the zones slightly. They also added one of the best features, in my opinion, for the PSP was a data install system that allowed faster load times. When you put the UMD in your PSP, it would ask you when you started the game if you wanted to do a data install, so it would install part of the game onto your memory card. So when transitioning between different zones, it enabled you to load those zones quicker, making your hunting faster. Who wouldn't want that? What a great feature. They only added 2 new monsters to Monster Hunter Freedom 2. That was the Tigrex and the Akantor. Those are a lot of the changes for Monster Hunter Portable 2 or Monster Hunter Freedom 2. And then they did what we all know they love to do. They took Monster Hunter Freedom 2 and then they wanted to make a G-rank expansion on the game. So, Capcom came out with Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, or in Japan, it was called Monster Hunter Portable 2 G. I honestly don't know which title is better. They're both pretty terrible, because Monster Hunter Freedom Unite sounds like it's like the first game. Monster Hunter Freedom 2 sounds like the second game. I don't know, it's really confusing and stupid, but regardless, what you need to know is Monster Hunter Freedom Unite is the most definitive version of Gen 2. Why is it the most definitive version? Well, honestly, because it just has so much content jam-packed inside of it. Let's get into what's in it. So obviously, the main feature that they added into Monster Hunter Freedom Unite is the G rank missions.
They raised the HR cap from 6 to 9 and included G rank missions.
You can now take on Elder missions solo from the village, which is very handy. There are extra armor additions, so they made X and Y versions of armors. They added new armor spheres for more defense and new decorations as well. They also added another level of sharpness. So white was the previous highest level of sharpness. Now purple is the highest sharpness. The sharpest sharpness. They added new areas. They added new monsters. They added new variants. They even added some new moves for monsters. And this Monster Hunter was so cool because you could actually connect your PSP to your PS3 and play online with other hunters. Mind-blowing. Playing online with a PSP. Damn. That's cool. But in case you didn't have a PS3 and you couldn't get online, Capcom was thinking of you as well. They added the Feline Companion into this game. So this is the first Monster Hunter game where we actually had a hunting companion in the single-player campaign. We finally got our Palico, our trusty sidekick. This, I would say, is probably the second best feature in the game. They gave us online play, and then they also gave us a better way to enjoy single player. They added storage for up to 20 pre-registered sets. They gave us new feline meal skills. They gave us an ability to buy and send items directly to the box. They gave us new hair and starting clothes. You can also change your clothes next to the bookshelf in your bedroom. They gave us improvements to guild cards. You can skip cutscenes with select now. They added more options for Trenya. They added a 1500 point option. And you can also send him to the Great Forest now. There's over 410 different quests in the game. They added even downloadable quests, like I talked about in Monster Hunter Freedom 2. They have more DLC quests for Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. There's new music for the swamp, volcano, desert, and jungle. The JP version got new music in the snowy mountains. There's new armor skills. Some new armor skills are even locked to the armor, so you cannot get them via decorations. The dual blades got an additional hit in the Devilish Dance. The bow got its close range coating and also the paint coating. The hunting horn got a triple yellow note that acts exactly like a sonic bomb. The new armor spheres that they added are the King, Royal, and True armor spheres, and you can combine for all types of armor spheres in this game. Some weapons were nerfed and some weapons were buffed. They're just very minor tweaks in the series, from jumping to Monster Hunter Freedom 2 to Freedom Unite. Craig shots can now KO monsters just like hammers. The new areas that they added were the Great Forest, and they also added a moat arena. They added some Gen 1 maps back into the game, the old jungle, volcano, desert, and swamp. And you can also go back to the forest and hills at night, which they removed from Monster Hunter Freedom 2. They now brought that back into Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. 2 new areas were added to the second volcanic region, and they added the Epic Hunting Quests, which is a mode that let you fight 2 or more large monsters, one at a time, and you don't really get to carve their materials, you just get mega potions. So it's more of an arena style quest. They also enabled treasure quests to be played single player and at the Great Forest. There is an extra quest wench in the Gathering Hall online. She is in yellow and gives you G-rank quests. Thank you, quest wench. Lastly, they added more room in your box. So more room for equipment and for items, up to 10 pages, and you can also stack up to 99 of one item, which is very nice. And here's a complete list of the monsters for Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. The Copper Blonganga, Emerald Kongalala, Furious Rajang, Nargacuga, Plum Daimyo Hermitar, Queen Vespoid, Terra Shogun Centaur, and the Yukonlos. But don't think I didn't forget, they also reintroduced the Yamasukami. I think every hunter will admit it's kind of a weird monster, but it is very nice that they threw this monster back in for the, let's say, Ultimate Edition of Gen 2. For those of you that made it this far, I want to thank you, and I'm going to give you a little bit of bonus information. I briefly touched on the fact that this is the first portable game that you can actually play online with other hunters. Not just local play, but actually online. So the trick is that you'd need a PS3, and you'd have to download an application on the PS3 called Hoc Party. And with Hoc Party, you would connect with your PSP via adhoc, and your PS3 would connect to the internet, allowing you to join other people's online sessions. It was honestly such an awesome tool, and as a hunter that was playing online with other people in that time, I enjoyed it so much more than anything else. And honestly, it was like the ideal way to play until Monster Hunter Tri on the Wii, which is our next video. And with that, now you know essentially all that there is to know for all the changes and all the steps and phases that Gen 2 went through. So if I missed anything, please let me know in the comments section below. Otherwise, thanks again so much for watching. Take care. Also, if you don't mind, liking the video and sharing it with a friend would be super appreciated, as I am fairly new as a YouTuber, and all the help I can get really goes a long way. Thanks, friends. Take care of yourselves.